Hi, Assalamualaikum Dr. Shawal, and to our fellow classmates, we are from Group 6 and our title is Air Pollution in India. My name is Mayang, Sari, Aisha, binti Radzi. For the first part of the video, I am going to make an introduction. Air pollution is a global environmental issue that happens in any country. As a government, they must take steps in addressing and finding problems to the solution. Otherwise, the problem will get worse and it will harm the environment, the people, and the plants. So for the rest of the video, my friends is going to explain further on the impacts and factor that is related with the air pollution in India.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Aina Batrisya binti Hairilnizam. Today I want to present the factors of air pollution in India. There are some factors of air pollution. For instance, like the major sources of air pollution in India are automobile exhaust and industrial emission, and also combustion of fossil fuels. The prime air pollution have been broadly classified as outdoor and indoor air pollution. Outdoor pollution include remains of fossil fuels, carbon particle and metallic particle in the atmosphere from automobile emission like toxic gas, for example like nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. On the other hand, indoor pollution include toxic gas produced from kitchen fuels, building material like lead, tobacco, smoke, like coal and oil for electricity and road transport, and others. Additionally, India is one of the metropolitan cities. Due to the increasing automobile exhaust and increase of coal fuel factories in the city, the emission from the industry and factory also one of the factors of air pollution in India. For instance, like release large amount of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, chemical, and organic compound into the air. Next, nitrogen dioxide also react in the atmosphere to form nitric acid that contribute to the problem of acid rain. Factories contaminate the air by blowing chemical vapors and smoke out through vents, also by burning waste in open dumps and so on. Air pollution that harm people also can harm other living things. The most common factory air pollution are greenhouse gas from the burning of fossil fuel. The factories contribute to water and land pollution by acidic rain, chemical spill, and disposal of toxic waste. Moreover, agriculture also one of activity that become a factor of air pollution in India. This is because the population in India, and India is a clear display of increasing population. Due to the population growth, so many of people, like almost more than 50% into the agricultural sector, and this is because one of the most important industry in the India economy, and the agriculture also contribute the 70% to 80% to country's GDP. Agriculture also play a vital role of the India economy. The agriculture one of the income to the people who live in India and has registered impressive growth over last few decades. Thus, agriculture also is the large provider of livelihood in rural India. Moreover, the other factor of air pollution in India is waste production, and most because of methane generation in landfill. In many cities of India, the waste that is generated is just recklessly dumped in most cases. Some is dumped on the street and some dumped in landfill that are not properly managed, and this end up pollution to the air, soil, and underground water. Urban India generates 62 million tons of waste annually, and it has been predicted that this will reach 165 million tons in 2030. 43 million tons of municipal solid waste is collected annually, and the India also do not have enough public bins, and the available bin are not even covered, and in many cases waste overflow out of dustbin and ends up going all over the street. Waste transporting vehicle also are not even covered in many cases, which also causes littering of the street in India. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone, especially to Dr. Shawal. My name is Norshaffina binti Nasharudin. I would like to proceed the presentation with the impact of air pollution in India. So in India, it has declared that air pollution as a public health emergency. India ranked as the second most populated country in the world and the first in air pollution. According to WHO, the top 10 most polluted cities are in India, considered the most numbers of people that are breathing toxic air. So, impact of air pollution in India is towards economy. So, air pollution in India resulted 1.67 million deaths in 2019, which is the largest population that are related death toll in any country in the world, and also accounted for 39.8 billion US dollar in economic losses, according to a new study that did by researcher from the Global Observatory on Pollution and Health at Boston College, the Indian Councils of Medical Research, and the Public Health Foundation of India. So, the 36.8 billion in economic loss was 1.36% of the country's gross domestic product (GDP), according to the report. So, pollution-related losses could impact India's aspiration to be a $5 trillion economy by 2024. Successful reduction of air pollution in India will lead to substantial benefit for both the health of the population and the economy. The air pollution takes an enormous human toll in India. It will be very difficult for India to move forward socially or economically if they do not do something about the air pollution problem. So, among the many costs associated with increased mortality and illness caused by air pollution, the researcher estimate that the air pollution related cost to India healthcare system at nearly 12 billion US dollar in 2019. So, one of the challenge is to provide the poor with greater access to device and clean fuel that can be sustainably used in a variety of real-world conditions. So that's all for the economic impact towards air pollution in India, because of air pollution in India. So that's all from me. Thank you.
The second effect of air pollution are health impact. There are many pollution that are major factor in disease in human. Air pollution in India is responsible for 30% premature death, cancer and mental disease, as stated reported by Center for Science and Environment. 100 or specific substances are considered hazardous when present in trace amount in the air. The pollution are called air toxic. Many of them cause genetic mutation or cancer. Some cause other type of health problem is adverse effect on brain tissue of fetal development. Although the total emission and the number of sources of air toxics are small compared with those for criteria pollution, the pollution can pose an immediate health risk to exposed individual and can cause other environmental problem. Long-term exposure to outdoor and household Air pollution contributes to over 1.67 million annually. Deaths from stroke, heart attack, diabetes, lung cancer, chronic lung disease in India in 2019, according to the State of Global Air 2020. Last but not least, the exposure to high level of air pollution can cause a variety of adverse health outcomes. It increases the risk of respiratory infection, heart disease, and lung cancer. Both short and long-term exposure to air pollution have been associated with health impact. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nadziera binti Mohd Nazri. So today I will be explain the solution in India on how to beat the air pollution. The first one is use cooking with radiant. What is cooking with radiant? Is one of the method by the Indian used for cooking with charcoal. So that in the kitchen equipment driven by innovative, energy efficient radiant heat gas burners. This ultra efficient cooking stove save 30% on gas, improve cooking and help beat indoor air pollution in commercial kitchens.
All gas-based burners, you'll find that there is a flame.
So the next solution, the Indian to beat air pollution is a biomedical waste. In India, the market of the tree infection waste and eliminated air emission, including toxic POP, toxic chemical that adversely affect human health and environment around the world. The commercialization of this other example was portrayed in the point program of United Nations Industrial Development Organization with the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise. So, these are much more in the making current effort of the aim to avoid use of this screen in refrigerator truck, reduce energy and emission from the cement clean by using radiant heat panels. So, thus the air pollution have worse together we can still win the battle of clean air.
Hi, my name is Mayang, Sari, Aisha, binti Radzi. For the second solution is lockdown. The implementation of lockdown has indirectly impacted the air quality in India. This is because the sole reason the government implement lockdown was to avoid the spread of the coronavirus. Fortunately, it results in a better air quality in India. Based on a study or statement made by The Guardian, the reading of the air quality index before the lockdown was 200. However, it plummeted to lower 20. This shows a significant difference of the air quality after months of the lockdown. Here is the picture of the before and after in New Delhi that shows a clearer sky. The second example that shows the improvement of the air quality in India is due to the data processed from the Google search engine. The picture shows that there are less dots after months of lockdown. The dots represent the nitrogen dioxide, which is from the emission of the car vehicles. Based from the two examples, we can see that the improvement of the air quality is getting better after months of the lockdown. This is because there are less car and vehicles on the road, factories are being forced to close, and there are no industrial operations.
I will proceed the presentation for recommendation to curb the problem of air pollution in India. So, India can learn from China in fighting the air pollution. Obviously, China and India have air pollution in common, but only China can overcome it. So, as China continues to enact strict policies to limit air pollution, India has yet to take any concrete measure to clear the problem. So, according to the expert agree that the Indian government is partially responsible for gridlocking any progress in environmental protection.
In conclusion, the government is responsible in taking care of the environmental issue by addressing the problems and finding solutions. Other than making efforts on their own, the government must take example from other countries as a guidance so that they could learn and make the guidance as something they can do or implement in their country for a better air quality. Thank you for your attention and patience while watching the video. Thank you to our classmate and Dr. Shawal, and have a nice day.